Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Babcock, and welcome to our 8-week course on biblical interpretation or hermeneutics. This is week 1, and I wanted to just kind of get started and give you some overview. I'll do a video like this at the beginning of each week, and as a master's course, some of the expectations of you might be different than you've had in the past. So the title for this week is Setting the Foundation for Hermeneutics and Biblical Interpretation. Before we dive into the academics of the course, I would love to get to know you, and I know your fellow students would love to get to know you. So please take a few minutes and go to the community post section under class introductions and write and tell us who you are and what you most hope to find out in this course and how you'd like to use that knowledge. What do you hope to learn from this class? Now, that's awesome, but in addition, I would like to get to know you. So please tell me a little bit about yourself. Where do you live? How are you using these courses? What led you to Moody? About your family? All those things. It's kind of fun to get to know each other. If you use Facebook and you want students to friend you, please put that down. If you have a picture you want to share of you or your family or your dog or something, I actually have a picture of my plane because I really like my plane. But show me something about you. Who are you, and how can we in the course engage best with you? Now, we have 2 goals this week. First, to review the major points of significance from within the history of interpretation, and 2, to summarize various aspects, of hermeneutics and the purpose of interpretation. So this week we're taking a step back. We're really looking at how biblical interpretation has been viewed and how it is put together from a methodology standpoint. Our first assignment 1.1, is a reference chart, and I want you to summarize the major movements in biblical interpretation noted in the Klein reading for this week. So all the bold headings that Klein has, each of those needs to be a section that you put in. Now, everybody always asks, okay, well, does that mean that the not bold headings, the subheadings need to be covered? Absolutely. But you could tuck them, just like the book does, under a major header and make them paragraphs, or you can break them out and make them their own section. All a matter of how much time you have and how much you can put into this assignment. But what I want to see is that you're able to 1, do reading, 2, summarize that reading, and 3, organize that reading. So I'm looking at content and how you put things together. For me, at a master's level, a couple of things I'm going to look for and grade for on every assignment. First, I want to see you engage with the reading. That means that you have quotes from Klein on his interpretive method and history. Second, I want to see some outside research. I want to see that you took some of the things that Klein did, you went out and you looked for a journal or a commentary or a book in your library, and you pulled some outside academic support into your understanding. 3, that you use biblical support for your understanding. And 4, that you use proper Turabian formatting for your citations. So there's a comment, or there's a content part, which everybody can go read Klein and give that to me. And then there's a research part and how you craft your paper that I'm wanting to see at a master's level. So to do your best work, be sure to review the grading rubric for this assignment before starting the assignment and again before submitting it. To review the rubric, click on the assignment link, then on the button that says View Rubric underneath the points for the assignment. That's a great thing to do not only in this class, but in all your classes. Understand how you're being judged, and then be sure to write your paper to check all of those boxes. Don't forget to use proper Turabian citations, and I have in fact added a video on the basics of proper Turabian formatting to help you overcome some of the errors. We also have a discussion post this week. I want you to summarize your understanding of hermeneutics and the goal of the interpretive process. Be sure to include a brief review of Van Hooser's application of hermeneutics to the interpretation of culture, giving your initial opinion on this approach. Now, again, some people get tripped up. When I say giving your initial opinion on this approach, I am not asking you to say loved it or hated it. I'm asking you to give an academic review of his approach, which is your opinion. That means it needs to include academic engagement and outside research and biblical support for why you're saying what you're saying, because any opinion you have at the master's level needs to be an informed opinion. So also, when you summarize your understanding of hermeneutics, I suspect that most will start with a definition of what is hermeneutics, and then you might have a paragraph on the goal of the interpretive process, and then finally you might have another paragraph on Van Hooser. This is due on Friday at midnight with ongoing engagement and discussion through Monday at midnight. Now, before we move on, let me just give a quick digression into what I expect on your discussions. This is a class that's asynchronous, meaning you do work, your other students do work, I do grading, we all post and check back, but nothing is done live. And for me, that's kind of the downside of an online course, in that by not being able to raise your hand and say, I have a question, or talk to a classmate at the back of the class, or before class, or after class, we just don't get those abilities in this type of course. The only way we can make that happen is in our discussion engagement. So what I'm looking for is not just 2 comments on other people's posts. I am looking for ongoing engagement in discussion over the weekend. That means on at least 2, if not more occasions, going back and forth with people on ideas. It doesn't even have to be on topic, because some learning, in fact, is kind of off topic. But try to stay on topic if you can. But what I'm looking for is you ask a question of a fellow student, they come back and answer that question, maybe ask you a question, you come back and answer their question. And in doing so, we get to a deeper understanding of the week's discussion question, but we also get to know each other. And I think that is how we should use our discussion posts. I've got a video announcement that is posted for you to watch on my expectations to give you a bit more information. All right, so last thoughts. Please go to class introductions under community posts. Let's get to know each other. 2, I look forward to a great semester. I love teaching at Moody. I love teaching ministry students from around the world. And I look forward to getting to know you. I look forward to reading your papers. I look forward to seeing how God is going to use this information and our time together in each of our lives. Finally, I travel a tremendous amount. Please email me anytime you need me, whether I'm in Antigua or the US or Belize or anywhere else. I have email available and I can get back to you. You can try to call me, that's great, especially if it's urgent. And often I have my phone available. Sometimes I don't, and so a phone call followed by email will allow me some time to get back to you. But please reach out to me in some way if you need me. So have a great time. Thanks for your attention, and I look forward to a great class together.